Hi. There was a humongous lag between when Facebook said I was live and when I was actually live. So if I'm just here standing at the camera, if you're watching the replay, apologies. Happy Friday, all. It's been about a month or a little bit less than a month since I've been live in the group, and that's because I've been busy with work, busy with business, busy with snowmageddon, and then busy with climate change. So any of my Texas group members probably know exactly what I'm talking about. But I just wanted to hop on live and talk informally first and foremost, see how everybody is doing in this group. Are we surviving? Are we mentally okay? Are we physically okay? I hope everyone's doing good. I'm a little mentally drained. I think the snowstorm last week brought out all kinds of feelings of anxiety. And thankfully, this week it's 70s in Texas, so it's like nothing ever happened, but we all know it did happen. So just working through that. But guess what? Sometimes the work doesn't stop even if we're feeling a little not 100%. So I just want to first say I hope everyone is doing okay. Everyone is mentally okay. And if not, just take a little break, take a deep breath, go unwind, watch some mindless TV, or get inspired somehow, and let's bounce back because March is on Monday, and we can make the choice to turn our feelings and situations around. And I'm saying that to you because I got to say it to myself too. So, anywho, I want to make sure everybody in the group is doing good, but I also want to talk about money management and why I think it's so important now more than ever. People hear the term money management and think, oh, I have to be rich or I have to have a lot of money to, be good at managing it. And that's not the case. I think money management is essentially a term or a lifestyle really of making sure you make the most of the money you bring in, right? So it's not about how much money is coming in or what your situation looks like. It's a matter of how well are you handling the money that you do make. What are you doing with the money you do make? What decisions are you making with that money so that you can get ahead and excuse me, pay off debt, build up your savings, put yourself in a position to succeed even further. So when people hear money management and think that they have to be rich or they have to, hire somebody to do that, that's not the case. It's getting into the mindset of, okay, what do I have? What am I bringing in? And what am I doing with it? And I think the best way to do that for yourself is through budgeting, creating a budget, having that plan that says, here's how much money is coming in, here's how much is going out, and here's what's left over. Having a plan for every step of the way. So the money coming in, how does it need to be allocated? Obviously to your bills and living expenses, but if you do have a profit after that, have a plan for that profit. Are you paying off debt? Are you building up savings? Are you investing? Are you putting it into a business? What's your game plan for it? I think when you don't have that game plan for profit, that's when you're overspending or you're living paycheck to paycheck or nothing is getting saved, your debt isn't going away because you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing with it because you didn't set out or intend to do anything with it. So you got to get clear on every aspect of the money you make. And if you can do that, you're successful at managing money. That's the good thing. It has nothing to do with how much you make, but what you do with the money you do make. So if budgeting is the best way to manage your money, then you've got to get familiar with the act of budgeting. And I know people hear the term budget and cringe. And, I'm out here hard trying to break that stigma because Budgeting turned my life around, and budgeting has helped so many of my clients. Budgeting helps so many people if they allow it to, if they're not afraid of it, if they embrace it as opposed to run from it. So if you are new to budgeting or budgeting has never worked for you before, like, get simple with it, right? There are quite a few different budgeting methods. So you can think, the 50-30-20 budget rule. That's a great framework to follow if you don't really know what to do. You can budget like cash, right? Get your cash envelopes, only spend cash. Or you can do the zero-based budgeting method, which basically means you allocate your monthly income 100%. So if you bring in 5,000, 5,000 is allocated to your budget categories. So there are options. There's not one single way to budget. You just have to go trial and error, right? Find what works best for you. And once you do find that, you got to stay consistent with it. So the first piece is creating the budget and making sure that you have that plan in place. But the second piece of it is sticking to it, being consistent with it. The budget is not going to just be created and your life changes. No, the budget is going to be created, and you sticking to the budget, that's when your life changes. So you got to make sure that when you do create the budget, you have a back-end system for making sure you're sticking to the budget. So you can do this by essentially tracking your spending, and there are so many ways you can go about doing that. Physically writing it out, using an Excel spreadsheet, an app, software. There are a lot of options. So just like you have to find the best budgeting method for you, you got to find the best tracking method for you as well. But if you can master your budget and stick to it, even if things don't work out 100%, you are building that foundation for successful money management. So that's it. Money management does not have to be difficult, does not have to be foreign, does not have to be some crazy concept that nobody can understand. No, it's actually very simple. It's the act of managing the money you make and doing the right things with the money you make. And the best way to do that is with the budget. And if you don't know where to start with a budget, if you don't know where to start with money management, I know I'm making it sound like a very simple concept because in theory it is, but there is a lot that goes into it. It's how you think about money. It's where you're currently at in your situation, where you want to be in your situation, and making sure you have the right things put in place so that you can succeed. So I don't want to downplay money management, but my point is that anybody can successfully manage their money. Anybody. It doesn't matter if you're rich, poor, if you think you make a lot or you don't. Anybody can successfully manage their money if they do the right things. And with that being said, money management allows you to just be more free, less stressed about money, right? Like, we are in weird times. Being in a freaking snowmageddon, no power, like, you're forced to be at home. Some people weren't working, weren't making money. If people manage their money properly and they do the right things and build a savings and have that safety net, when things like a snowmageddon or a pandemic or anything come up, a loss in the family, anything that can come up to throw you off of making money, managing your money will make your life easier in preparation for those things, because you can take time off to recharge or be with family or do whatever you need to do because you put yourself in a position to. So successfully managing your money opens the door for you to have a little bit more freedom. If you're feeling stressed, you need some time off and it's unpaid, you'll be fine. The bills still get paid. That is the beauty of successful money management, and that's what I think everybody should be working towards. Everybody's situation is going to be different, and that's okay, but you got to put yourself in a position to be okay. And money management and budgeting is what's going to get you there. So I know this group has seen plenty of posts about my money management mastery program. I want to spend a little time talking about it because Some people may not understand what it is or may not know what it is, and I want to just make sure it's clear because we actually start on Monday. And so Money Management Mastery is my 8-week program where I walk my students through every single aspect of the money management journey. So every week, a new module, so to speak, or a new lesson is introduced. And within those lessons, we have mini lessons. So for example, the first lesson that comes out is mindset and understanding your current money mindset, understanding what makes up your current money mindset, how past experiences have impacted what you do with money today. All of this is information that you can use to, one, understand yourself better, understand why you do the things you do with your money better. But when you have that awareness, you can start making changes. So it's really important to understand how you think about money and how you are with your money, and make sure that when you know what causes you to spend or what your triggers are, you're aware and you can start doing things a little different. So first piece of the Money Management Mastery journey, mindset. Then we move on to understanding where the student currently is in their financial situation. If you're on my masterclass, you must know where you currently stand. So what's happening right now in your finances, you've got to know that information before you can start making changes forward, right? If you don't know where you currently are, you're not going to take the right steps to move forward. So in Module 2, we really dive into where is your money currently going? What are you currently spending your money on? And we do this through what I call the 90-day look back. So it's a very extensive activity, but it gets you clear cut, here's where my money went. Boy, is it eye-opening. I know there are other students in this group that can attest to that. Holy cow. But again, when you know that you've been overspending going out to eat, now you can start making changes. But when you don't know or you think you're doing everything right, you're not getting ahead. You're actually putting yourself further behind. So then Module 3 is, okay, we know where you currently stand. We know where your money is currently going. Where do you want it to be going? What do you want to do with your money, right? What's your goal? So we talk about creating a financial goal, and based on your situation, what your goals should be. Paying off debt, building up a savings, building wealth. What's your goal? When you have that goal, you can create a budget that helps you get to that goal. And mind you, your budget has to be realistic. It's not realistic to say, okay, all my extra money goes to savings. That's just not realistic. You got to make sure you give yourself a little bit to enjoy life with. But we talk about doing all of that and creating your budget in Module 3. So once we have the budget created, we know what we're working towards, we know what our goal is. Now it's a matter of sticking to the budget, right? Like I explained earlier, creating the budget is half the battle, but sticking to the budget is the other half. And in this program, I give students access to my spending tracker so that they can actually track their spending against the budget they've created. And this is something that should be leveraged moving forward, right? It's a great way to see exactly what is happening with your money. Are you sticking to your budget? And if not, you can start making some changes. You can start making cutbacks. You can start, leaving your credit card at home. You can start doing things to make sure you're putting yourself in the position to reach your goals. So that's Module 4. Moving on, Module 5, I think it's very important from a money management perspective to make sure my students understand the importance of saving for retirement, investing. I talk a lot about getting started with investing. It's a great way to build wealth. Granted, you got to make sure certain things are in place before you do that, but I make sure that those things are covered, as well as credit building. I know credit is such a touchy subject, right? It's very taboo, but we all want good credit scores, whether we need it or not, and there are certain things that you can do to improve your credit score. I cover all of that in the program. And then finally, the last module, Module 6, is all about creating consistent, sustainable routines with your money. So the daily weekly, monthly, annual routines that will help you succeed and keep this money management mastery process going on and on and on, so that when you are making more money or your situation changes or something comes up, you already know what to do. So that's the money management mastery journey. I'm going to link to it. I know it's all over the Facebook group. So if you have questions about it, feel free to drop a comment in this video. I see people on, but I'm not seeing any comments come in, but I will make sure to answer if any questions do come up. We start Monday. I'm going to link to it. If you have any questions about money management in general, or if you like this video, let me know. Have a good weekend. Get some rest. I'm going to unwind. Hope you guys are safe, happy, and healthy, and I hope to see you all soon. Bye, guys.